Oh, hello, everybody. Hello, I almost said. Welcome to Dragonrider Happy Hour and cheers. It's been a while since we've done one of these, and I've missed you. Welcome back to my bar. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. Since it's been a while since I set this up, I want to make sure that, my memory didn't get too fuzzy and I set it up the way that I should. But welcome. If this is your first time being here for a Dragonrider Happy Hour, the way that it works is this. I will go into a bunch of the gaming headlines from the week. If you're watching this after it's been live already and you want to just jump to the chapter of the news story you're looking for, that's totally fine. And if you're here live and just want to hang out, cheers. Cheers to you. What are you drinking? Audio is A-okay. Okay, perfect. Oh, of course, now my computer just said, please note, a computer restart is needed to complete your audio software installation. Cool. Not right now, but thanks for playing. Hey, I have some cider in my mug. No fancy drink from bartender Nate today. Logan wasn't feeling well today, so we've had a little bit of a chaotic day with him being home. But I like cider, and it means I get to use my Green Dragon Stein, which I love so much. And it says my name on the bottom. Very fun. But yeah, it's Dragonrider Happy Hour. I hope you all have a happy Friday. It's a good way to kick off your weekend. Oh, hey, CeeLo, welcome. Yeah, I think Logan's already starting to feel better. It was a minor thing, but with kids, they can't really express to you what's wrong. So we always want to take him to the doctor if we can, just in case. So doctor thinks he's fine. It's just something minor. We're good. He's good. Oh, Mike G says my 5-year-old was home today too, but at least he took a long nap. Hey-o, let's hear it for that. So I hope that your 5-year-old is feeling better as well. But yeah, welcome everybody. So some of the headlines that I thought we could talk about this week include the state of play that some of you watched live with me on Wednesday on Twitch from PlayStation. It was their first state of play in 2022. So we'll talk a little bit about that. God of War, the TV series, has some news and updates, so we'll delve into those. Super Nintendo World is going to be opening here in the States. We'll talk a little bit about that, as well as Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft, amongst other studios and developers, halting sales in Russia and Belarus. So we'll talk a little bit about all of those things as we go through today. And as always, if there's anything you want to talk about that I didn't bring up, please feel free to bring it up in chat. And then at the end, we'll have some quick hits news stuff that I found that didn't make the mega talk topics, but that I want to include anyway. So we'll talk about all of that. Took it home to Jenny is here. Yay! Welcome, Jenny. And Topless says, and for some reason, there just isn't school for my 5-year-old, so he's home with me now, driving me insane. I mean, I get it, and I feel your parenting plight. But I'm glad you can hang out here. Yeah, I'm glad you can hang out here. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? Oh, you know what? I want to say it at the top of the video and remind me to say it again at the end. But this Sunday, I'm doing a big Twitch charity stream with over $1,000 in gaming hardware prizes to raise money for humanitarian efforts in Ukraine. So if you, like a lot of us, like myself, have been feeling a little hopeless and wondering what you can do to help, either sharing those links that are in the description of this video or being present and donating if you can on Sunday during the charity stream. It'll be this Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific time on Twitch. That would be awesome, and I would appreciate you, and it's also going to be a ridiculously good time. I have a lot of fun stuff planned. I've been working really hard on it, so come on by if you're free. All right, now into the gaming news. So our first state of play from PlayStation, it was the first one in 2022, I should say, just happened this past Wednesday. A lot of you, like I said, watched it live with me, and it was really fun, and it was focusing on games from Sony's Japanese partners. I think it was only 20 minutes long, and I think a lot of us at the end of it kind of felt a little underwhelmed. I don't know if we were all kind of, hoping for more stuff from God of War Ragnarok, or hoping for more information on Final Fantasy VII Remake or Final Fantasy 16. We didn't get any of that. But what we did see looked cool. Capcom's Exo Primal was announced for 2023, and that's a brand new IP that is featuring Space soldiers fighting hordes of dinosaurs. It was like raining velociraptors. It looked absolutely chaotic. In fact, I wondered if it was totally accurate battle simulator, but like campaign mode or something like that. They said that it'll be coming to PS4 and PS5 as well as Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. So if you want Space Marines fighting dinos, that could be it for you. Mike G says, I was whelmed. Not overwhelmed, but whelmed. Are we dead yet? Said, if you have an extra 45 seconds, you should watch the video Short Girl Problems. You know what? Send it to me on Discord, my friend. P.S. If anybody's watching this and isn't in the Discord, it's open to everybody, and the link is in the description. So send it to me in Discord, and I'll check it out. Yes, Steven Summers says Gary Whitta's game, Forspoken, looked cool. It did. So Forspoken, which was recently delayed until October 11th, got a new gameplay trailer, and we got a little bit more look into the powers that you'll be able to use, the otherworldly powers. We also got a gameplay trailer for Ghostwire Tokyo, which is just coming out on March 25th, so that's right around the corner. And we got a new demo for Stranger of Paradise, which is a Final Fantasy Origin game. And of course, when we were looking at it, I was like, this looks so Final Fantasy. And then it was! Heyo! Also, we got information on Gundam Evolution, a Western release confirmed for later this year, so late 2022, and it's going to be a 6v6 competitive online shooter. I know a lot of people were like, kind of looks a little Overwatch-esque, but they will be having a network test coming spring of this year for players in US and Japan, and that will not only be coming to PlayStation, PS4 and PS5, but Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S and PC as well. So a little something for everybody, which is awesome. Steven says, I can't get hyped for Ghostwire. I think it looks cool. Topless Topic says, Forspoken is definitely one that I'm looking forward to. The story's interesting and the controls look super fun. I agree. I was more interested in the lore trailer than the gameplay trailer because I feel like the gameplay for me is going to come down to a lot of feel. You know, like how satisfying does it feel to execute those otherworldly powers, if you will? Let's see. Yeah, Topless Topic says, of course, in my post-Dying Light world, it's hard to enjoy any game without parkour. I love parkour. That's how I felt in Titanfall. I got super parkour expectant, I guess I'll say, after Titanfall. This was part of the state of play that I got really excited about. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection, all the retro Turtles games. So that's announced for this year, 2022, and it's 13 classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games. And I was like, oh my goodness, I freaked out. I'll definitely be getting that because it gives me all the nostalgia, and that sounds wonderful. There was also Gigabash, which is a kaiju brawler coming to PS4 and PS5 this year. JoJo's All-Star Battle R was announced. And I remember thinking this looks so bizarre. And then the name Bizarre is in the title. So that's a thing. You can play as 50 different JoJo characters. I don't watch that show or consume that content. But for anybody that consumes JoJo content, I assume that it made a lot of sense. It's coming fall 2022. Just because it's not for me does not mean that it's not for you. The Trek to Yomi trailer looked really cool. That was a black and white samurai game. That'll be coming to both PS4 and PS5 in spring of this year. I thought that one looked really neat. Steven says the new Turtles game looks good too. Mike G says 13. Yeah, 13 classic Ninja Turtles games. For sure. And Steven says, oh yes, regarding JoJo, it is a bizarre adventure. For sure. But yeah, Trek to Yomi I thought looked really cool. Oh, there was an update on Returnal, and this is exciting. There's going to be a 2-player campaign co-op added to Returnal. I know a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, you and Maud have to play it. I don't know if Maud has Returnal, but I think that Returnal co-op would be super fun. I'm 100% on board with that. And there would also be a Returnal new survival mode featuring scaling a tower when you take out waves of enemies. So that could be fun too. I never got great at that combat. It was a little bit too difficult for me. Not gonna lie, I am totally woman enough to admit when a challenge is too much for me. And Returnal was a little bit of that, and I just didn't have the hundreds of hours to pour into getting good enough at the game to make it all the way through it. But it looked gorgeous. It played wonderfully. It was made fantastic use of the DualSense controller. It was really cool. And co-op might just be what it takes to make me dive back in. We'll see. Haswell says, I heard Returnal is hard. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, co-op Returnal should be a lot of fun. We also got Square Enix announcements. Square Enix announced a new strategy RPG called Diofield Chronicle and another called Valkyrie Elysium, which we were all kind of joking around that Valkyrie Elysium sounds like a great band name. But Diofield Chronicle is a new strategy 3D fantasy RPG. And that's not only launching on PlayStation, it'll be launching on Switch, Xbox, and PC as well later this year. And then Valkyrie Elysium, not the band, the game, is a new entry in Square Enix's Valkyrie profile series, which apparently, I'm looking here at my research, we have not seen a Valkyrie series game on home console since 2006 on the PS2. Valkyrie Profile 2 Cimmeria on the PS2. The trailer that we got to show, or that we got to see, showed some sword combat and some magic. It was a gameplay trailer, if you will, but it looks pretty cool, and that's coming to PS4 and PS5 in 2022. Hi, Murray. How are you? Haswell says, what's harder, Returnal or Elden Ring? Different types of hard. Returnal, you know what you're supposed to do. It's just very difficult to execute it. Elden Ring, you have no idea what you're supposed to do, so you have to figure it out. So different types of hard, I would say. So out of the state of play, was there anything that got you guys particularly excited? Steven says, no Final Fantasy VII update makes me sad. I get that. I get that. Yes, I do have so many windows open on my screen at once. I'll give you a little background into what they are. So I have my YouTube studio up because I'm streaming to YouTube right now. I have my broadcasting software up in order to get the stream to YouTube studio. I have a pop-out chat window so that I don't have to look all the way at this side of my screen. I can look at this side of my screen for chat. And then I have my research for the news stories I wanted to talk about right there. So those are the 4 windows that are currently up on my laptop. There you go. Go multitasker. Haswell says Turtles is what you're most excited for. So fun. Turtles for sure. Hi, buddy. I've got a little man coming in to join me.
I have the Captain America shield.
You have Captain America's shield? That's awesome.
It was just in the middle of the toys when you didn't see it.
Thank you, my sir. You're the best. Thank you, my sir. Watch out. There's a lot of wires in here, big guy, okay? Oh, I hear Dada.
What?
Rex, thank you. Rex said, great job on the Nick Cannon show. Hey, Nick. Thank you, Rex. It was a lot of fun. I had a really good time. Thank you for checking it out. It was cool to be able to talk cloud gaming with people that, a majority of the people there had never heard of it, let alone kind of understood how it works or what it is. So that was really neat. Thanks for checking it out. Hey-yo. CP says best guest appearance. Was Logan in Dragonrider Happy Hour? 100% totally agree. If the stream suddenly dies, you know why. It's because Logan unplugged something. No, I think Nate grabbed him. So he's usually my son, my 5-year-old Logan, is not home when I do Dragonrider Happy Hour, but today he is. Surprise. Steven says Luna looked really impressive. Yeah, cloud gaming has come a long way, and Amazon's not the only provider that offers cloud gaming. NVIDIA has a really good one. There's Google Stadia. Microsoft's cloud gaming is part of Game Pass Ultimate. So there's a lot of different types of cloud gaming out there. Some work a little bit better than others, I would say. The cool thing about Luna is that it has the controller that can tie in directly to the Luna service in the cloud rather than having to Bluetooth to your device and then go from your device to the cloud, put the input in the game, and then come back to your device, which can cause a little input latency. So it's especially nice if you have that controller, but it works without it. But yeah, I geek out talking about that stuff, so it was fun to be able to talk about that stuff on TV. It was neat. Plus, my grandma watched it. My grandma doesn't watch anything I do online. Well, that's not true. Sometimes grandma, if you're watching, I'm sorry for saying that. Sometimes my grandma watches online stuff, but my mom usually does not. But it was cool for my relatives that really only watch television, not digital content, to be able to see what I do. That was fun as well. That was fun. Yes, we do need better high-speed internet infrastructure in this country. 100%. That is so true. And cloud gaming is very broadband bandwidth. That's what I'm trying to say. Dependent. There you go. I proved to them I have a job. Yes. All right, God of War. Let's talk the God of War TV show. I'm very excited for this. Obviously, I loved the story when I played through it on Twitch. So Prime Video is in talks with PlayStation to adapt God of War into a live action TV series. And the people that are going to be behind it, and this has me uber hyped because you know I love The Expanse, are The Expanse creators. So The Expanse creators and executive producers, Mark Fergus and Hawk Otsby, as well as the Wheel of Time producer, Raph Judkins, are all looking to be involved. And you may have different feelings about Wheel of Time. I did not mind it, but I did not read the books. I know people who read the books had very mixed feelings. Anywho, I read the books and watched the series of The Expanse, and I thought they did an amazing job with that. So as far as adaptations go, fingers crossed, please make it happen. And so this could be God of War will join The Last of Us on HBO and Twisted Metal on Peacock as the latest PlayStation exclusives to jump to live action TV. And of course, not counting other games turned into movies like Uncharted, etc. And the upcoming Ghost of Tsushima movie, which is very exciting. So Amazon Studios is currently developing a Fallout TV series from the creators of Westworld, which I also find exciting, and a Mass Effect TV series. So now that the streaming giants are like, hey, we'll make those video game adaptations no one else wants to make. Are there any other video games you'd like to see adapted to live action? I know I tweeted out that I thought Jason Momoa would make a great a great Kratos in a live action God of War. I'm saying visually. I tweeted it out and people were like, I don't know about that, Trish, because some people, I guess, have doubts about Jason Momoa's acting. I'm always for giving people a chance when it comes to acting. I think a lot of how we perceive if someone's acting is good or not has a lot more to do with the direction and the writing than it necessarily does the actor. Now, of course, there are people who just can't really act very well, but I have a hard time believing you'll get to that stage in your career if that's the case. Anywho, when you put like a still close-up of Kratos' face from the most recent God of War, aka Dad of War, next to Jason Momoa's facial features, like taking body type completely out of it, which of course, I mean, that's a fit. Jason Momoa is a huge dude. But facial features wise, like, yes, he would have to shave his hair, which some people had a problem with, but I think he could nail it. Now, you may want someone else from an acting standpoint, but I thought it'd be fun. Let's get a Tetris movie, says Mike G. A live action Final Fantasy. Oh, that would be an undertaking. You think Jason Momoa might be too friendly to be Kratos? All right. A Perfect Dark TV series. Happy Friday, Daniel Casaban. Welcome to Happy Hour. Cleric says Momoa definitely fits the description for sure. That's my current fan casting. Now, that's not to say that someone couldn't be like, but what about this? And I could be like, oh, wait, that's way better. Like, I'm not, set on my fan casting. That's just where my mind immediately went. Oh, the Jason Momoa Super Bowl commercial where he tears off a muscle shirt to reveal noodle arms was hilarious. Agreed. Oh, thank you, Electro Belton. Appreciate it. Appreciate the shout out for the appearance on TV earlier this week. Heyo. Danny DeVito for Kratos? I mean, Rob K, you live your best life. If that's your fan casting, who am I to tell you that's not right? You get it. Dan says Christopher Judge, who does the voice, would be physically perfect for it. I heard that Christopher Judge felt like he was too old to play Kratos. Maybe I totally read that wrong, but I thought that I had read that online. Matt E says Christopher Judge would be a great Kratos, but I think a live action God of War would be awful. You do? You're not into it? Took It Home to Jenny says, I just want any great adaptation. I don't mind which franchise it is, but one where the adapters really love what made the game what it was and do it justice. Yes, I mean, that's 100%. I am so with you. That's what we all want in our adaptations, right? If they're adapting a book, love the source material. If you're adapting a comic, love the source material. I think adaptations are done best when they love the source material and feel free enough to make it different in the new medium, yet still retain the same spirit, if that makes sense, of the source. You know what? I'm not going to say Christopher Pratt should voice Kratos. I'm not going to say that, but that's okay. Folks, big exciting news for those of us here in Southern California. And, you know, if you live in other parts of the world, you may already be into this because it already exists in Japan. But Super Nintendo World is opening here in the US in 2023 in Universal Studios Hollywood, which is only like an hour drive from my house. And it's a theme park all about Super Mario Brothers. And it's like everything I dreamed of as a kid. I want to be able to jump around and hit coin boxes, and I want to be able to jump on Goombas and travel by Green Pipe and live my best plumber brother life. And I'm stoked about it. So it'll be the first Super Nintendo themed theme park here in the US, and it's coming in 2023. So we still have to wait a bit, but it's coming. And theme park guests, it says theme park guests will be able to visit a newly expanded area of Universal Studios Hollywood, and it brings visitors into the brightly colored world of Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach. It will have its own ride and interactive areas, themed shopping and dining as well. So I'm nerding out hard. Took It Home to Jenny says, that sounds amazing. And Kadosho says, woohoo! I mean, if I'm allowed to IRL stream it, you bet your buttons I will take you guys with me all around that park, and I will live my best Plumber Brothers life. I'm so, so excited. So the one in Japan, which is the original, was supposed to open during pandemic. It got delayed by a year and some change, but it is officially open now, although at limited capacity, I believe, still. But yeah, really, really exciting for anyone who is a hardcore Super Mario fan. There will be specific Universal Super Mario themed apparel released ahead of time, character hats, and a selection of plush characters, which will match the new theme park theming. And yeah, the one in Japan opened in 2021. So we shall see. We shall see. I'm very excited. I'm sure you can tell, but I am very excited. Oh, you're hoping for a Pauline cosplay. I would totally do a Pauline cosplay. Why didn't I think of that? You're 100% correct. When I do finally go to Super Nintendo World, I'm 100% cosplaying Pauline. I don't know which version of Pauline. Mario Golf Pauline might be a little bit more comfortable than Mario Odyssey Pauline, but yeah, you bet your buttons. You know I'm a Pauline stan. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, and I am for it. Rob K says, remember everyone, we parked in Koopa Troop a lot. So funny. Mike says, I hope that Captain Toad is hiding somewhere in the park. Maybe. Rob says, I'm hoping for lava river rapids with real lava. No, can you imagine what they'd use? It'd be some kind of like gross jelly slime or something. Hans says, don't parks frown on adults cosplaying the parks? I know Disney does, because they don't want it to be confusing to guests who's an actual face character at the park and who's just someone cosplaying. But Disney encourages Disney bounding, where it's like you're obviously not the character, you're just dressing reminiscent of the character. So I don't know what Universal's rules are, though. I would have to check that. Oh, hey, Tyler Lawson. Thank you for the SourceFed shout out. Cheers, my friend. And welcome, welcome. Me and the family are doing well. Yes, Captain Toad treasure hunt should totally happen while we're there. I hope that's a thing. Speaking of Nintendo, Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft, amongst other studios and developers, are halting sales in Russia and Belarus. So some of those others, by the way, are Epic Games, CD Projekt Red, EA, Take-Two, Ubisoft, Niantic, and more. They're suspending sales in Russia right now, per a message from Ukraine's deputy prime minister, who asked all game developers to temporarily end support in Russia and Belarus due to its recent and ongoing invasion of Ukraine. Sony made a statement to IGN, and I quote, "Sony Interactive Entertainment joins the global community in calling for peace in Ukraine. We have suspended all software and hardware shipments, the launch of Gran Turismo 7, and operations of the PlayStation Store in Russia. To support humanitarian aid, Sony Group Corporation announced a US $2 million donation to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, and the internal NGO Save the Children to support the victims of this tragedy. Nintendo halted all shipments for the foreseeable future, as well as delayed Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp release. And Nintendo's announcement was apparently a little bit more business focused, saying that its sales were halted due to considerable volatility surrounding the logistics of shipping and distributing physical goods. And then Microsoft announced that it will suspend sales as well, in a post by President Brad Smith. And they said Xbox and Microsoft had said, we're stopping, here's their quote, "We are stopping many aspects of our business in Russia in compliance with the governmental sanctions decisions. We believe we are most effective in aiding Ukraine when we take concrete steps in coordination with the decisions being made by these governments, and we will take additional steps as the situation continues to evolve. Like the rest of the world, we are horrified, angered, and saddened by the images and news coming from the war in Ukraine and condemn this unjustified, unprovoked, and unlawful invasion by Russia." So taking a hard stance, Sony and Microsoft absolutely are. Nintendo, again, a little bit more business focused, but taking a stance nonetheless. I guess there are many different ways. If you want to aid Ukraine, there are many different ways to do it, from UNICEF. There's an itch.io bundle right now going on, itch.io bundle for Ukraine, if you want to buy some video games. It's a charity bundle of over 1,000 games, tabletop RPGs, books, etc. And that's a great way to help, particularly if you love video games, as most people who watch my channel do. Voices of Children is helping children specifically affected by war trauma. Project Hope is amazing. Project Hope gives medical supplies and mental and physical health care to refugees. And I am doing a charity stream this Sunday on my Twitch channel as well for an organization called CARE that's been around since 1945. They are a humanitarian organization, and they are specifically helping refugees in Ukraine with health kits, water, food, and cash assistance, and helping refugees both once they've crossed the border into Romania, as well as those who are in Ukraine, and helping them get out. So you can read more about that if you want. I have links in the description for the charity stream, as well as I'll put up some of these links to some of these other ones, but let's see. Let's see. DJ says, Trisha, when will it open, the charity event that is going to be on YouTube this Sunday? So the charity event that I'm doing is going to be on Twitch this Sunday at 10 a.m., not on YouTube. Let's see. Yeah, it'll be on Twitch. Thank you for answering that, Rydian Morgan. Sorry, I'm just playing catch up right now. DJ David, you're very, very kind. And some of you are doing your taxes right now because it's that time of the year. And if you're looking to make a tax-deductible donation, you can do that via lots of nonprofits, including my Twitch charity stream. Yes. All right. So yes, plugging that. If for anyone, if you are watching this, because I know we have people who watch this from around the world, we have some community members that are in affected areas right now. Please know that we all are hoping for your safety. If you pray, that people are, praying for you from around the world. And yeah, just sending as many positive vibes in whatever way that we can, and helping out as much as we can, and hoping that everyone can be safe and in a good place sooner rather than later. But yes, moving on to quick hits news. Elden Ring is now the officially best-selling game of 2022 here in the US. the second best launch of the last 12 months, just behind Call of Duty Vanguard, and the fifth best-selling game of the past 12 months, despite only being released 2 weeks ago, which is amazing. Steam's sixth biggest game of all time by concurrent players, currently standing at 953,426 concurrent players, so just under 1 mil. And that places, in terms of concurrent players, that means that it's just under Cyberpunk 2077, which is in fifth, Dota 2, CSGO, Lost Ark, and finally PUBG Battlegrounds in first place as Steam's most popular game of all time, based on concurrent users. So it's doing awesome already. Do you think Elden Ring lives up to the hype? Have you been playing it? Let's see. Yes, Ticket Home and Jenny says, everyone, you are loved. It's true. Cheers to that. Clink. Topless says, I've been hearing some people critique Elden Ring saying it's too much like Skyrim, which I love Skyrim, so that's hardly a flaw to me. I don't play a lot of Skyrim, so I can't speak to that personally. Because of the open world checklist quest format. Okay. Rob says Elden Ring looks like it gets kind of redundant. I mean, the thing with Elden Ring is you're trying to figure it all out, plus it's all really hard combat. But for me, I'm so into dark fantasy, which is exactly the space that Elden Ring lives in, and knowing that like George R.R. Martin helped come up with the lore, I'm like fascinated about the characters we're meeting and what it all means and how it all ties together and how my character ties into it. And I want to keep playing for that reason. Plus, I like the challenge of the tricky bosses, but I have not quite hit the difficulty wall yet, but I feel like I'm going to very soon. And what I mean is my personal difficulty wall, where I have to be like, all right, game, I'm out. I'm out. It's been nice knowing you, but I'm out. What's the lore behind Boat Guy? What's his name? The Tiberia Mariner, I think is his official name, not Boat Guy as I named him. But he is the harbinger of death. Remember that guy told us he's the harbinger of death and we shouldn't mess with him, but then we did anyway. And then he was like, all right, well, I see you don't follow instructions. Here's an amulet. Are We Dead Yet says, Elden Ring is addictive, but I've noticed that I've been waking up angry since I've been playing it, but that might be due to news reports. You know, there's a lot going on to be frustrated and angry about right now, so I totally get that. Something like that. Mike G says, Tibia? Is it the Tibia Mariner? Yes, maybe that's it. There is an Xbox Indie Showcase coming up on March 16th. It's a Wednesday, and it's at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And if I can, so that's this upcoming Wednesday, if I can, I'm going to co-stream it. It's supposed to be multiple hours long of new trailers, news, game reveals, and more from indie games coming to Xbox and PC. You know I love indie games. I'm going to be keeping a keen eye out for Twitch Gong Show contenders. So if you're around Wednesday morning and I am able to co-stream it, feel free to come watch it with me and the rest of the Dragonriders. You know we keep a very chill chat, so rather than trying to watch it with chat scrolling really fast full of lots of people saying cringe a million times, that's how I see the official stream chats. If you actually want to come where discussion can be had and your comments can be read and all that kind of stuff, you can have some sense of community for real, come on by. We'll do that then. Oh, indie games, Trisha's oldest love. You know it. You know it. Love, love, love it. GTA 5, the next gen versions were announced. So still GTA 5 and GTA Online, except for now for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, launching March 15th. The interesting part of this to me is the pricing. So there will be no free upgrades if you own a previous version of the game. And on PlayStation 5, GTA 5 will be 75% off for the first 3 months. And on Xbox Series X, GTA 5 will be 50% off for the first 3 months. So it'll be $10 on PS5 and $20 on Xbox. I don't know why the pricing difference. And on PS5, after the first 3 months, the game will retail for $20. And on Xbox, after the first 3 months, the game will retail for $40. So the Xbox version of the game includes the single-player story mode and GTA Online, so that's a little bit of the price difference. Xbox versions of GTA Online will not be free on launch, but on sale for $10, and then the standalone of GTA Online will be $20 after that. And for the next gen, they're supposed to have a number of next gen improvements, like you would expect. There will be different graphics modes. There will be high-end PC visuals for the PC players, increased population and traffic variety, basically making use of the newest hardware. But yeah, are any of you still playing GTA 5? Do you think it's going to be worth the next-gen upgrade? GTA 5 Definitive Edition, full price, but with extra bugs, says James E. Ridian says, when will GTA 5 just die? I'm growing fully bored of GTA RP as well. Oh, the No Pixels server? I think Kate still streams on that, right? I don't watch it, and you know I don't stream to it, but I know lots of people find it very entertaining. I know earlier today I was talking about co-op and Returnal being super exciting. Other games that co-op is super exciting for, Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite co-op and Forge are unfortunately delayed. That's the news on that. Season 2 of Halo Infinite's multiplayer is arriving May 3rd. It's going to be called Lone Wolves, and it brings new maps, new modes, a return of the King of the Hill mode, and more cosmetics to Halo Infinite. But campaign co-op and Forge mode are delayed, and we don't have a when. It just says they're expecting a high-quality, full-featured 4-player network co-op experience, but they cannot tell us when it's coming. They just said it will take time, and they will share a release date for it and split-screen co-op as soon as they can. So cool that they're coming up with split-screen co-op again, but we don't actually know when that's going to happen. Steven says, not a surprise. Is anyone playing Halo multiplayer? I never see it streamed. I don't know. I still want to finish Infinite's campaign. I just have other things that are more pressing priority before that, because all the great games are coming out. And Tiny Tina's Wonderland is coming out March 25th, which I'm also super stoked about. So many games, so little time. That is the problem, but a good problem to have, I think, for a lot of us now in 2022. So with that being said, my laptop is trying to push a Windows update, and I don't want that to take down the stream midstream while I'm talking to you. So with that being said, I'm going to close things out here. The next time that I will be online is this Sunday for the big charity stream. So again, if you can be there, please come hang out. We're going to be doing lots of giveaways live. I have over $1,000 worth of gaming hardware to give away, and I've been working really hard on putting it all together, so it's going to be really exciting. I'm using a new giveaway tool as well in conjunction with the campaign that I think will make for a really fun stream. I may or may not have purchased a new ridiculous costume for the charity stream that'll be a milestone prize, and I did promise Logan if we raise a certain amount, he can paint my face live on the stream, so who knows what that'll look like. But anyway, there will be a lot of shenanigans, and it will all be to help people in crisis in Ukraine right now. Because no one, especially kids, innocent little kids and elderly who are incapable of, moving freely from their places, kids that are institutionalized, no one, but especially those of the more vulnerable population, it breaks my heart to talk about it, should be subjected to what those folks are being subjected to right now. So I figure it's the least we can do. We can raise money for a good cause, and hopefully help. The little bit that we can. It's a drop in the bucket, but it's something, and something is better than nothing. So if you're free Sunday at 10 a.m., please join me. And if you're not free, but you want to donate anyway, I have the donation link in the description. And if you're not free and you can't donate, but you can share, please spread the word about it. That would be awesome. And yeah, that would be great. That's what we're trying to do. Ridian says 5-year-old paints mama's face is something we're all here for as well. Okay, good. I am glad. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me in my bar for this happy hour. I hope that whatever you're doing this weekend, you're able to have a nice time, be at peace, take care of yourself a little bit. A lot of us need that right now. Yeah, stay safe and stay healthy with everything going on. And as always, be kind to one another. Cheers, my friends. Happy Friday, happy weekend, and I will see you soon.